Grocery chain Irvine Ranch was one of the early business casualties of the Southern California January jolt. Damage and loss magnified its Chapter 11 vulnerability and put it over the edge. Local business enterprises, large and small, clearly took a hit. In many cases, the writing on the wall tells it all. Some are picking up and bouncing back. Others salvaging what they could and already packed it in, moved on. Some of the walls need no words at all to tell of suits and countersuits looming. And in some cases, there no longer is a wall, but the tale of imagined business cost is there to be told just the same. Here in the San Fernando Valley, within 20 miles of the earthquake epicenter, 177,000 firms employ more than 1.5 million people. State officials say that 18,000 of those people are now unemployed as a direct result of the January 17th quake. Those statistics are evidence of an intense struggle behind the scenes to keep the Southern California economy breathing and get it gradually back on its feet again before the countdown is too far gone. To many employers here, it's no longer just business as usual, leaving town suddenly an option to consider much more seriously.
I know that there's a fear factor now. I know there are businesses expecting to leave this area simply for that fear reason, even though there's been no damage to the location. So it's been some of that, but it hasn't been a lot of that.
Well, that's what we're here to try to prevent. We help the businesses rebuild and get operational again. We've been really, you know, we have a basic plan, and we stick to that plan and just make adjustments as necessary to get the job done.
Devon Industries was a case in point of such talk being put into action. The quake caused its manufacturing plant concrete roof to cave in, burying machines, inventory, and injection molds in tons of debris.
I'm not embarrassed to admit, I went home and I cried. I mean, it was just absolutely devastating. And about an hour later, I said to myself, there's nothing to cry about, I have to go back to work.
Where to find the millions needed to do that was the challenge. With 350 jobs at stake, the SBA ultimately came up with a creative solution tailored to Devon's need. As many other business people here see it, such creative, immediate solutions beyond the norm will be the continuing test of the Clinton administration's commitment to them and to this local economy.
They have to pump funds in quickly, not 6 months from now or a year from now based on programs they can put together now. Because no matter how good the program is, if we wait 6 months to 12 months, many of the corporate decisions will have been made to leave or expand elsewhere. And once made, they're irreversible.
Such an irreversible decision has obviously already been made by one former Californian convinced Mother Nature has spoken. Only time will tell whether other Californians become just as convinced. In the San Fernando Valley, Bruce Page, First Business. There have been sudden and many changes to tens of thousands of San Fernando Valley residents, from the hillsides above to the floor below, from the epicenter to the north to dozens of miles in any direction. Even more than 10 miles away in Sherman Oaks, street after street of condo and apartment building now sit empty and condemned because of structural damage. Nearby lies the heart of retail small business, and it's much the same story. Ventura Boulevard is to the San Fernando Valley what Main Street is to cities and towns across America. Commercial storefronts only along a 17-mile stretch. Officials say almost 400 stores along this road alone suffered serious quake damage. In most cases, it was the tremors themselves. In others, it was fires caused by gas leaks or power surges when electricity was restored. Damage is still hard to total, but tens of millions of dollars is well within the ballpark. How merchants deal with their challenge varies from one extreme to the other. One proprietor clearly says enough's enough and calls it a day, sayonara. Another rolls up his sleeves and says, we'll build again and go on from here. Arts Deli in Studio City is such a place. The aftermath of the quake was very manageable, mostly cosmetic repairs. Then only hours later came the dreaded news of fire.
You know, you cried as you watched the flames go because it's 37 years of your life that all of a sudden isn't there.
Give up, throw in the towel, out of here? Others maybe, but not Art.
I'm really looking for LA to turn around. and which it has been. And this is a really fantastic place to live. The weather, regardless of the earthquakes, the weather is fantastic.
4 months, says Art, and back in his brand new deli, serving the community and people he loves. It's that kind of spirit evident elsewhere, too. People mixing a sense of humor with creative marketing to get commerce on the move again. Hard to beat this deal. After all, broken bricks are everywhere around here. In the San Fernando Valley, Bruce Page, First Business.